This law is for you and for the millions of people like you, good, decent, hard-working Americans.
And right now at 6, a celebration at the White House marking the signature accomplishment of President Biden's term, passage of the Inflation Reduction Act. Now, that measure aimed at reaching a number of goals include lowering some costs for families. Good evening. I'm Shannon Sims in the TMJ4 News Studios.
And I'm Charles Benson, live in the nation's capital. I attended the ceremony here on the White House South Lawn with President Biden, but Democrats are celebrating this new law as a win, while Republicans say the new higher than expected inflation numbers point to more hardship for families on a tight budget. Here's what we know about the new law. $430 billion in that bill will set the efforts to combat climate change and lower prescription drug prices. But the celebration tempered by a new report showing even though gas and other energy prices dropped, inflation still increased 0.1% in August. Here's what's fueling that increase: the continued soaring price of food, which went up 0.8% last month and nearly 11.5% over the past year. Medicare services also up 0.8%, the fastest monthly gain since October of 2019. Veterinary care was up a whopping 10% from a year ago. And finally, housing costs, which make up about a third of the weighting in the Consumer Price Index, jumped 0.7% and is up more than 6% from a year ago. Now, all of that adding up to a bad day on Wall Street and for investors. The stock market reacting to the latest economic news with its worst day since June of 2020. The Dow falling more than 1,200 points. It was exactly 4 weeks ago that the president signed that bill into law to help combat inflation. Now, the massive bill passing with only Democratic votes, no Republicans. The president touting the passage today as I asked two key cabinet secretaries what it means for Wisconsin. President Biden and Democrats celebrating the Inflation Reduction Act on a day when new inflation numbers remain stubbornly high. The president saying the new law will help families with budget issues like home energy costs and health care.
This law is going to make a big difference for middle class and working class families. Finally, giving them a little bit, as my dad would say again, breathing room.
Thousands of invited guests joined the president on the South Lawn to praise what they see as a way to address climate change. Parts of the plan includes financial incentives to buy new and used electric vehicles, something Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says will help people transition away from fossil fuels. You're a Midwest guy, and people in Wisconsin, like Indiana, like to drive their cars and trucks. So what would you say to them when they look at this Inflationary Reduction Act and see that there's not anything in it for them, including a Wisconsin congressman saying today, stop wasteful spending and unleash American energy?
Well, this is a great opportunity to, first of all, unleash American energy because it represents incentives for energy efficiency and domestic clean energy production. And secondly, anybody who drives a car and a truck should be enthusiastic about this bill because it's going to make electric vehicles more affordable.
During the day, economic advisors to the president talked with local journalists from around the country about the Inflation Reduction Act and its long-term impact on big-ticket items like prescription drugs for seniors. In a couple of years, Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra tells me the government will be able to start negotiating lower prescription drug prices.
This is one area, prescription drug prices, where we're going to have a big impact.
Quick follow-up, what about the big 10 drugs that you talk about in 2026?
Yeah, so the 10 drugs that we see where there's a big expense for Americans for the Medicare program, those are the 10. We're going to determine which 10 those will be, and then we'll go to the manufacturers and negotiate to get good prices for the millions of Americans that are Medicare.
Now, inflation was the #1 issue for Wisconsin voters in the August Marquette Law School poll, with the midterm elections exactly 8 weeks from today. Now, 207 U.S. representatives voted against the Inflation Reduction Act, among them Wisconsin Republican Congressman Scott Fitzgerald. Today, he told us he doesn't expect the measure to have much of an effect on inflation.
What they really wanted was the bigger version of this bill, So what they did was they cobbled together a lot of what I would consider just poorly timed ideas. I mean, if you want to talk about green energy, we can talk about green energy all day and whether or not everyone should be driving an electric car and that windmills are the solution. But, you know, to throw it in this bill and then roll it out as this is going to have an effect on inflation, it's not going to. It's more spending.
The inflation rate is an important metric on the core costs of goods and how much consumers are paying. It has increased from 2% in 2012 to 5.1% in 2021 to 8.3% today. And that means your purchasing power has weakened in recent years, impacting your available funds to make purchases.